part of the contingent travelling from the UK. Well, I say contingent, there's two of us. But we're here to represent a very important component of Mike and Emily's relationship, as they met, started dating, and fell in love in London, working in the Savoy Hotel. In fact, whenever I asked Mike about his new job at the hotel, I never actually learned what he did for a living. All I ever heard about was this fantastic Canadian girl working in reservations. There are very few people that I would be willing to travel 4,000 miles to make their wedding day. And it's a testament to Mike's fantastic character and our friendship that I'm here today. The fact that Mike has promised to pick up the drinks tab for my duration of my stay in Canada certainly helps. Just to let you know how John and I got here today. 2 days ago, we got on a coach from Canterbury to London, took a tube across the busiest city in Europe during rush hour, missed the only flight to Toronto, sprinted the length of Heathrow Terminal 5 to get the last plane to JFK, nearly died on the most horrific coach transfer to LaGuardia, waited 6 hours for a chance to get the only flight left to Toronto, flew through a thunderstorm of biblical proportions in the smallest plane I've ever laid eyes on, to finally arrive 26 hours later. So, yeah, cheers, Mike. Mine's a double. So, I met Mike about 9 years ago, when we started working in a bar together. And like all good friendships, it was forged over many long nights working, and even longer nights drinking. I have 101 stories of the times we spent in that bar over the years, but as we're in such polite company, I think I'll leave them for another time. Or if anyone's interested, you can come and find me at the bar later on and I'll fill you in. But let me just say that Mike is the only person that has put me in an ambulance and still remain my friend afterwards. I'm not here to tell you that Mike is a big drinker, but one time he did get paid for a photography job exclusively in poitín, the Irish spirit made from potatoes and known for its potency. Funnily enough, we didn't see Mike for a few weeks after that. Mike is one of the most stand-up, genuine and likeable people I've ever met. And it was clear from the moment he met Emily that he was head over heels in love with her. So it was no surprise to any of us when he proposed, ever the romantic, on a horse-drawn carriage through Paris. So the whole Maidwin family should be incredibly proud of the man sitting here today. And I know that Mike is truly thankful that you could all travel so far to share in this special occasion. When Emily had to leave England because of her visa, Mike came back to Canterbury. And every time I saw him, it was clear that he would soon follow. He had truly lost his other half, and I knew the next time he left, he wouldn't return. Our loss was Canada's gain. You got back one of the most beautiful and charming girls I know. And believe me, we don't have enough of them as it is in England. I can attest to that. I'm still single. We had our doubts whether Mike would be allowed a visa to Canada because of his criminal record. But don't worry, he's not a hardened criminal. His only brush with the law stemmed from an over-enthusiastic flower-picking escapade on the Canterbury roundabout early one morning. I've been to quite a lot of Mike's leaving dues over the years, from jobs, from universities, from cities, but this last one has felt different. It doesn't seem as if he's leaving anymore, rather it feels as if he's arrived. Today is the first time I've had the pleasure of meeting Mr. and Mrs. Fisher, so I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank them both for inviting us all here to this beautiful venue and to share in Mike and Emily's special day. Emily, I must say you look stunning. And I'm sure the fellas here will all agree that Mike is a very lucky man. I think I've been talking long enough, so I'd just like to propose a toast. If you'll please join me in raising a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Maidwin, Mike and Emily. Thank you.